So recording is on. So watch what you say. All right. I'm gonna share my screen a second here. Thought up my own screen, sharing it. You guys can see Point Web, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do Amazon Web Services. So what's nice is I have to do this myself because, and I didn't do it, so I save it for class as a record. So I'm gonna do it as fresh. Reason I'm doing it is because remember when I said you do the Windows download? Well, I downloaded it and all that stuff was on that laptop. So that's a perfect example of how I don't back my laptop up when I should as well. So I preach about it, but then I do the same thing. But I did make a backup 2 weeks ago, so I don't really care what I lost. Is what it is. All right, let me log into my account. So this is being charged. All right. Cool. All right. So first thing is first. And if you have any questions, just shoot, let me know. Launch virtual machine. So you should bring up this area right here. So this is the first thing that we want to do is choose an Amazon machine. I shared with Gavin, I won't say it on camera, but I shared with him the price that my company had to pay for their Amazon Web Services. I got the invoice today, and it was quite interesting. I'll put it that way. It was a lot of money.
Crazy.
So it's best to make sure you choose free tier. In this case, I mean, you could go with 2019. I'm just going to go with 2016 for this case. Free tier means free. You can easily just do review and launch, but I'll just walk through this just to show you. And typically, one of the other reasons I talked about using this, probably get experience to see what's out there, because there are so many jobs out there when you graduate that they're looking for some experience in Amazon Web Services, some experience in Microsoft Azure, and those are the two top competitors right now. It's so easy to spin up a service. When I worked for PwC, PNC, we built a whole infrastructure, and every infrastructure environment you built, you had to have like 4 different environments, and then each environment had to have at least a minimum of 3 servers. And I give you an example. One environment, just for the database environment, we had to have 12 servers, and each server cost $100,000. So that's $1.2 million right there. And you're only by law, I won't say by law, but since the type of financial institution it is, you're only allowed to have those servers up to 3 years. And after 3 years, you could get fined by so many different people, how it's established. And then, so you're spending $1.2 million right there off the bat. And that doesn't even include the software that comes with it. Now you go to something like this, I could spin up those environments for easily a third of that payment. So that's why these are very popular. And then if you're not using them, you could stop them. You could, you're only gonna get charged for the use that you're using. If they're sitting there and running, you're not gonna get charged. But if someone's on there and it's doing processing and stuff like that, you're getting charged pennies per minute or whatever it is. So yes, obviously it does add up, but if you scale it out and do a comparison between a physical server and a virtual server, you'll see a huge difference. And so that's basically, how the cloud works in essence. I'm not sure if anyone's seen did anyone have class on Monday night? Anyone have any classes on Monday? No. So what happened is Monday night, I come up here and people were sending me messages that they weren't able to connect to Teams. And so I went to, I think it's called downtime.com, and it showed that Microsoft was down. Azure was down. Teams, Outlook, so our Outlook here at school was down. Point Park, School, everything was down because it's all tied into Windows. So that was a hot mess. So a lot of the professors left. They just said, oh, no class today. I can't teach. But I personally had a Zoom account with the other college I still teach at, and I was able to use that. I only lost 7 students that dropped off before I told them about it. But anyways, that's the downside of it, is that could happen, and that could detrimentally screw a business over real quick. At work, when that happened, I was like, oh no. I was like, I made sure my phone was on, because obviously I can't teach a class and worry about something else as well. But we had 64 servers that were down, so that was pretty detrimental. Anyways, I just wanted to share that life with you. These instances right here, it just tells you can put as many instances that you want. This stuff I'm not going to change. I'm just going to leave it as is. You can create something else. I don't need to do that. I'm going to do add storage. This right here has the size of the space. Obviously, you know, if we're setting up something real, we'd set up a lot more space, like a terabyte. But for free, I'll do this. Next, you can add tags, or you could call this anything. Maybe virtual server, VS, and maybe the value is PPU security, for example. All right, cool. Next, configure launch group. I don't really need to do anything here, but you want to make sure that you have RDP selected, remote desktop. Is anyone on the phone using a Mac besides Gavin? All right, so silence means good. So you don't have to worry about the other thing I was going to tell you about. Security group, I'm not too concerned about, but if you want to change it to something else, you can. I'll just change it to PPUS for security, and description, I'll say it's PPU security for digital security class. Everything else is the same, and just do review and launch, and then hit launch. So now we did that. So we walked through our configuration. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to create a key. And this is, obviously, I didn't do this, but you want to make sure you save your key somewhere else. So that way, if you do lose it, you have it. So that if you have to say, because you can't, if you forget your password, you're not getting another password. So if you need to generate that existing password, as long as you have the encrypted key, that helps out. And so
I have a question for you real quick. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So I'm at the step that you're at, except at the bottom it says no key pairs found.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna go through right now.
Okay.
So in this case, you won't have a key because it's a new one. You want to choose create a new key. Okay, and then when you do key pair name, you just want to give it some type of name, whatever. I'll just call it PPUS. And then you want to click download key pair. And so at the bottom over here, you're going to get this PPUS PEM. Since you're not using a Mac, it'd be fine just to show in folder. And then open it, right click on it, and you can open it in, like, say, a notepad or something. Just gotta find it. So now you have this RSA key. Okay, so you'll need that in a moment. All right, so I'm gonna click Launch Instance, and I'm gonna click on View Instances. Now you see I have these guys stopped. So now what it's going to do here is it shows it's pending. In the status check, we want it to be 2 of 2. So I'm just going to wait for that to recycle. In the meantime, I'm going to do what Gavin did, is I'm going to terminate these because I don't have the password for them anymore and they don't help me. So I'm going to right click on them and go to Instance State and go to Terminate State. And then we'll go down to this one. I'm going to do the same thing. You know, terminate it because it doesn't help me because I don't have access to it anyways, which sucks because I got to do it, but it is what it is. All right, so that one's shutting down still. All right, that's terminated. So this one's still moving on. Any questions at this point?
That PEM file, whatever it was that we downloaded, we just copy the text that's in that.
Yes, and once this environment builds up, we'll do something with it.
Okay.
Well, since it's running, I still have to wait for the status checks to complete off. Gavin, just a little side note: if you're trying to get out of the ticket, if you plead not guilty and go to, was it like a residential?
See, it was in a residential area. It wasn't cited by the Pittsburgh Parking Authority. It was cited by like a cop, I guess.
Like, I mean,
and
Pittsburgh police?
Yeah, Pittsburgh police.
Okay. So what you could do is you could, what was it, speeding or parking?
It was parking. It said that I'm illegally blocking a driveway.
Oh, okay.
But I have picture evidence that I'm not, and also there's a car parked in the driveway that I'm apparently blocking right now.
Okay. Was it like, were you taking classes or something that day, or?
Yeah, it just happened today. I was in class doing homework, and I mean, I'm allowed to park here. I have a permit. Like it's in my residential area.
Oh, okay, so I would definitely plead not guilty. Don't pay the money.
Yeah.
That's what they're hoping to. And what you'll have to do is go to court. They'll have a small little court hearing. It's not nothing big, and just tell them your situation. Usually, what happens is when you show up at court, they might drop the fine. 9 out of 10 times they'll drop it, and then you don't have to pay anything. And plus, you don't get any points on your license for, even though it wasn't a speeding thing, but it's a parking thing.
Okay.
If you remember last, go ahead.
I was saying I'm just definitely for sure pleading not guilty to that.
Yes, definitely. I used to be a police officer for a short period of time, and that's one of the things that you'd learn right off the bat is like I can give someone a ticket for parking or someone a ticket for speeding, whatever the case is, and if they show up and plead not guilty, I don't even care. 9 out of 10 times, I didn't even go to court because I didn't have time to go to court, and if you didn't show up, then that was even a slam dunk.
Yeah, that's what Bobby was saying, that they probably just won't even show up, and then it'll be dropped probably.
I've been through that exact situation before, so yeah, like he said, 9 times out of 10 they don't even bother showing up.
Yeah, they don't care.
All right.
They did their job.
Still annoying, but
yes, yeah. Well,
you gotta deal with it, I guess.
How about last semester in our class? I had a meeting with you, and I think it might have been remotely or something, or maybe in person. And so I came in and I parked my car on what's that one street up there? I don't know if it's Forbes or what Boulevard of Allies. I parked it there, and I didn't even think about it. I said I can only park for a half hour. I was like, yeah, whatever. So after I met with you, I was going to move my car anyway. So I came up, it was gone, and I'm like, oh crap. So they towed it, and I had to get an Uber ride over to over somewhere to get my vehicle. Uber didn't show up, and then I had to do a Lyft, and I was late for class, and I had to. I was kind of screwed because it was in a lot where I had to pay money, and so I paid it was like $185 to get my vehicle out of Pound, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so I had told my friend about it, who was a state police officer. I was like, he can't do anything. But I was telling him, just letting him know what happened, just BSing or whatever. He got me my money back. So I don't know what he did, but he went there and they canceled my check.
That's good. I mean, mine's $113 just for a parking ticket. So
yep,
it's kind of ridiculous.
I have a question for you, real quick.
Yeah, good.
Yours says under status check, it says 2 out of 2 checks. Was there a button we were supposed to press whenever we're waiting for it to
I just refreshed the screen. I just come up here and do refresh.
refresh?
Do I say that now?
Yes, it does. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna say get password. And that code that you had to copy, this file right here, make sure you copy it and just paste it in here. And once you paste it, you just do the decrypt password. And look at that, you'll have a password. So you definitely want to copy that guy and put him somewhere. Keep him nice and safe. Don't let him out of your sight. And you'll be fine. So I'm going to paste this somewhere. What? Give me that. I got space in there or something. Let's try this. Alright, so I'm going to save that desktop. I'll just call it password. And that is it right there. Close it. After you do that, you can right click on it and choose connect. It'll bring up this thing right here. You want to choose RDP client. You want to download remote file. When you do that, you get that right away. You want to click on it immediately or it will cancel out. And then I'm going to put my password in here and hit OK. All right, so it didn't like that. You know what? I bet it was because there was a space in front of it. All right, son of a bee. That was a space. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it keeps telling me my login attempt failed.
Copy. Oh, what the hell? All right, this is a good one.
Windows go down again. Microsoft.
I don't know. Well, it's Amazon. It did. Saying the password wrong. That's the right password. All right, so I'm gonna do get password again because I still have this. So this is the only way I can get the password again. But I think the password. I doubt they give me the wrong password. Right now, I don't know if I got a different password. Copy it. We'll go in here. Connect. I'm gonna paste it. What they give me. All right, now it's gonna work. As long as you have that PEM, the key, even if you forget your password don't work. As long as you have the key, you can always decrypt the key in order to get the password. And then as long as you copy that, you should be good.
Wait, I have a question. It says the identity of the remote computer cannot be verified. Do we proceed anyways? Do we just hit yes?
Yeah, we say yes if you want.
Okay.
If you want it to work.
Yeah, would you look at that?
Then you'll get this network thing, and I'll hit yes.
Okay, I'm so lost.
That's why I made the video, so you can watch the video and go back.
No,
to it.
no, I'm not physically lost. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of the environment.
Yeah,
Oh wait, there we go. Never mind, figured it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue because we have a lot to get through. So now I'm in the environment, and first thing I'm gonna do is get rid of I'm going to go download Chrome because Internet Explorer is not my favorite cup of tea. Because if not, I'm going to have to like authorize everything.
It's gonna ask you to allow all this stuff, Jeff, or else I don't think it's gonna
Oh,
work.
It sucks.
I had to enable downloads also, just a heads up.
Gotcha. It's not... I don't want to do that.
It's gonna ask you to add like 5 or 10 of those things. I just added all of them and it worked after that.
Good. Nope, don't help yet.
Yeah, you gotta go up to the top right corner, that little gear button by the smiley face, and you gotta go into those settings to let you download it. Beside the smiley face, the little gear.
This is ridiculous. What did you do? You had to download.
Go to the gear, like the thing right beside the smiley face.
Yeah.
Go down to internet options.
Oh, you went. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me do that any other way. And then go to security on internet, the globe one. I had, and then you got to go to custom level and change it there. And then scroll down. It says download somewhere in here.
Oh my God! I haven't did this in 1,000 years.
It's down a little bit farther. That's just for ActiveX. I don't know what that is, but I had to go down to right there, downloads, enable, and then hit OK and apply. It should work then.
Isn't that crazy? Nice.
Yeah, no problem.
Like 1,000 years. I can't wait to get on Chrome.
Yeah, that was kind of frustrating.
Very frustrating.
If I just close the virtual machine we just opened, nothing's gonna happen, right?
It might blow your house up, but be careful. I'm kidding. Yeah, you should be fine.
All right.
What the fuck?
Hey, we're on record, remember?
Oh damn! I didn't even know I had it.
That's to keep cursing down.
My God.
All right, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to Wireshark. And once we get to the snort, we can figure out what's missing. That's that. Well, I want to call even. Oh yeah, I'm on here. I'm thinking I'm on the computer. So just click I accept. Next. This is fine. I'm leaving all this stuff in here for extensions. Next. And I'm gonna leave this selected because they'll be used within. Also going to choose that because it could help with Snort later on. So what I'm thinking about, because I'll figure it out. So next Wednesday will not be a live broadcast. I have to leave town for my day job. We're meeting with my company or whatever. So I will not be here. So what we'll do is I'll have a recorded video. It'll be a recorded lecture / lab. It should be visible. I'll make it available by Tuesday morning. It'll be available where you could view it. It'll have the lab. Try to have it done by Monday, but it'll have the lab, lecture, and what we're working on. If you have any questions, please shoot me a message, email, or Slack. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Usually during the day, if you message me and I don't reply back to you, I will reply back in the evening because during the day will be kind of crazy because we're trying to do. There's about 4 of us meeting in social distancing, so that should be interesting. I am going in this case right here. I am going to install npcap. You know what? I don't need it like that for now. I'll just hit install. So no live class next Wednesday. I'll send you guys a reminder before the time comes. Hopefully everyone's fine with that. You'll have your evening to yourself. All right, I'm gonna accept terms. Next. Accept them again. Next. Next. Install. Close. Hit next. Nope. I'll reboot it later. I'm not gonna boot it now. All right, so that is done. Next thing I'm gonna do is install Snort. Go to snort.org and let's start it. Don't want to sign up again. Windows. Install. So I'm gonna go to downloads. We'll install it and then we'll download the libraries, rules, and stuff. We'll click run. Agree. Next. Next. And close. Snort also requires WinCap 4.1 to be installed. So I don't know if we have that or not. So WinPcap. Just a quick. Alright, so the heck of it, I'm gonna go down here, download, install it for Windows. Just make sure we have everything we need. Hit run. Next, agree. That's fine. Finish. That was pretty quick. So that's WinPcap. It's just a think of it as a plugin. I'm gonna go back to Snort, and I am gonna go to rules. All right, so we can download. They do have FreeBSD, so they do have. I don't think we have the package installed on the Java account, but it's out there. Committee rules. Bear with me, it's in a few seconds to input this. So I'm gonna click on rules. There's a snake. So you want to hear a funny story of snake? I was, my wife asked me 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, whatever. She needed something out of our barn, and I was just up in the barn, and I went to get something, and I grabbed it, and I was like, "Yeah, it's up in the barn." She goes, "Are there snakes up there?" I go, "There's no snakes up there." Well, I just said that. There's never snakes up there. So, anyways, I'm in the other room, and I hear this scream. I'm like, "What the heck?" So I run out. She goes, "You said there was no snake up there." Snake like slithered on her arm. So then I went to look for him, and he was gone, so I couldn't find him. So if it was a snake, it would have bit me, because I didn't see it. I just went up there. So it made me think I must have grabbed whatever I had, and he was sitting there, and I just didn't even pay any attention. All right, so always keep your eyes out. Not care about snakes. What is this thing? Oh, because if you sign in, you get the other one. So I'm going to sign in. I forgot. So if you haven't signed up, get and sign up. So you can get all the stuff. It's free. All right, there we go. All right. All right. I don't remember what the heck I downloaded it for. Rules. All right. This advisory, so on this stuff, everything looks different. Sorry. These logs. All right. Bear with me, sorry. I don't remember offhand. 3.0 and 2.0. Then I'm going to there's 3 and 2, and there's another one. Let's go these. Oh, you know what? Another thing I need to do is I need 7-zip so I can unzip the files. You can use anything, but this is the only one I know that I'm familiar with that works. So I need to download this so I can extract the tar files. Also, I won't be able to extract it. So there's so many things that you have to install. Close. All right, let's see if we get these guys done. Down there, find his files. Maybe. You guys still with me, or are you sleeping?
I'm with you.
Still here.
I'm here.
Still here?
I'm just kidding. All right, because I would be sleeping. All right, so we got Snort on here, so that's good. Let me find the download files. Community rules. Right click on it. 7-zip. Extract files. And 3. Files. Sure. All right, so. All right, this looks different. That's not right. Huh. All right, something. Yeah, something's weird, because this is not right, because it should have rules, and these are not what I'm looking for, so let me see what I've done wrong. Sources. Maybe one of these. I can't remember. Okay, sorry. I'll take a second. There we go. Let me delete all this other stuff in here so I don't get it mixed up. Where's that? Let's unzip these guys here. Fun times. Alright. Alright, what's going on? Something is. Okay, these are right. Alright, so it took a while. I'm also going to install an editor. So I can open these up. Sublime. Editor. Alright, so as you see, I just installed like 12 programs. It seems like. So go on and install that. Then once we have this installed, then we can at least view what the files look like. I think we're poking with gas now. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm going to open one of these rules up with Sublime so that we can at least get them all in the same ballpark. I'm going to put games with Sublime right there. There we go. Put that one, perfect. All right. So now I remember how this works. So now what I'm gonna do is, I think Carrie, to answer your thing, I won't be able to do everything, the whole thing, but I think I'll be able to help you out to a degree with what you might be missing here. Till I go through it and remember how to do it. But I think it was under.
Is it the conf file?
Yeah, config file. Is it classification?
I think it was just the snort.conf.
Okay.
Yeah, the snort one. Wait, you just had it back?
Did I?
Yeah. It's yeah, right up, wait, down.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I would have got it last night. All right, cool. Thank you. I think what we wanted to change here that I didn't do is I left any here. I'm trying to remember. It's like I think you put your. Let me see if I Google it real quick on my other computer. But I'm pretty sure that you have to put an IP address there. So what I would recommend first is, while I'm looking that up real quick, is I would go to command prompt, maybe, and then I would do an IP config and see whatever your IPv4 address is. This will be the IP address that we use. Let me figure that out real quick. So, looking at this, you could just put the IP address right here. So, you could put whatever your IP is, 172.31.27.156. So that right there is your home net address. Let me think here. I think you have to specify /24 for port 24. And then set up external network address, leave as any in most situations. External, I think you leave it like that. Let me just double check. External net, home net. Okay, so IPvar. So right here, we're going to type in $. No, exclamation mark. And it's home net. So I guess we had our HOME, that's our NET. So this right here grabs this variable, which is this one right here using port 24, and it uses home net. Now obviously if I run mine, it's not going to work because I don't have everything configured. I have to go back and figure that out. But those of you, is Carrie the only one that had everything configured? Anyone else have everything configured?
I don't.
Okay, so yeah, I don't remember offhand which ones are which. I have, like I said, I have to go through it myself. I thought I posted that. You know what? Hold on. Did I post a file on this in one of the chapters?
Yeah, but it didn't have like this
last
part.
one.
Okay.
This was the one part that it was missing.
Okay. But it had everything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
So
you-
go ahead.
I was gonna say, can you scroll back to the line real quick?
Oh yeah.
Was it on 48? So
Yeah, 48.
so for this you use exclamation point home net. Okay. Okay, I think I have that.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So hold on, so I know I provided you guys a document. All right,
Do you want me to send it to you? I have it.
was it in Slack?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get it in there. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
That's there. It makes it easier. All right. Thanks for letting me know that.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, I guess if I would look at this, I would have seen where everything
But
was.
I think, as someone mentioned it, you just, I think, skip this step. I'm not sure. It looks like there's nothing there in the file that we sent.
Yeah, I skipped that on line 7. That's a font. Actually, I'm gonna try to walk through this real quick, just so that it's on video. It's out there. And if we have to clean anything up, we'll do it later so that we could at least get this done. have an idea. So set up your home network address. That one I had butchered. So go to line 104. And here we have var rule path. I'm starting to remember some of this stuff. Var rule paths. So in this case right here, if you're using Windows, you want to go to snort here, and you want to go to rules. So we want to use this address. See right here, what they have in place is using, like it has an example up there. It's using if you're using a server or Linux. So I'm going to edit this file right here, and I'm going to paste in the address that I had. Perfect. So that way it uses that rule path to grab the values, and that's in the notes there. So it's line 104. Right, so now we want to go down to line, actually, so rules. I ain't worried about that because we're not using that. I don't think I commented out though. Let me see. All right, so then go to line 186. All right, config log file directory. So in this case right here, we could do our log directory, which is, we come back to snort, it's the log file right here. We can copy this, and we could put it right afterwards. Paste it. And then we could take the hashtag out. So we uncomment it and we make it available. Line 186. And then we need to configure the dynamic load libraries, which is on line 247, it looks like. So if I scroll down here, dynamic libraries, dynamic preprocessor. Now this one right here is using this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hashtag it out for now. And I'm just going to leave that there so we have a copy of what it was previously. And I'll just type in dynamic preprocessor directory. And then here we're going to do C:, well, let's just grab the actual file. I'm not sure. So we want to grab the snort library. So we'll go to snort, go to library, dynamic preprocessor right here. So I'm going to copy this whole line here. There we go. And I'm just going to paste it right there. So the one at the top is coming out. Same thing with this one. I'm going to dynamic engine. Come down here and hashtag, comments it out, enter down here. I'm going to grab that code right here. That's this guy right here. And that one, I think, uses that file. So if you do this right here, you pull up the file that's in there. I'm just going to copy this whole line here. And then I'll come down here and just, where's she at? Oh, she's right here. I'm just going to type in dynamic. That's right. Let me think before I do it. Yeah, path through preprocessor engine. Yeah, that's right. All right, so dynamic engine. And I'm just going to paste that in there. There we go. So it copies the dynamic link library. All right, what's next? So we want to go down to preprocessor rules. So I'm going to save this so I don't have to make sure I got it there. Right, so I got that there. I'm going to scroll down to 419. Lots of stuff here. It's 419. All right, what am I looking for? Preprocessors. Component life. This is inline packet normalization, step 5. All right. So let's see here. All right, so I'm at the where it's showing because I don't see it. I'm looking for GTP control. So we put step 5. There it is. Step 5. And it is SCP. So uncomment line 14. Okay. So that's where this one's already uncomment. This will allow us to know if anyone is trying to access our ports uncommented. That's where. So typically this is commented, but for some reason it's not. So it's allowing us to see what ports that we have. So that's weird. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Let's see here. Port scan detection. Alright, so apparently I'm looking at the wrong thing. Port scan detection. And there's preprocessor SF port. Okay, this one right here. I did say 419, I'm on the wrong line. That's stupidity of me. I set comment at line 420. So this one right here, if someone's looking at our ports, we can see. Alright, so then create a whitelist and blacklist rules. Not really worried about that right now, so let's do this. Alright, so here's the other thing, is we have all these rules in place. I think that has to be modified too. I don't remember. Bear with me. Yeah, so I'm not going to do it on this call because we could be here all day. But like these ones right here, you're going to run the rules. You'll want to go like this and do that so they could access the correct directory. So if you're running local rules, you could do that. So for example, let me go out here real quick. Oh, you know, we have to copy rules over too, I forgot. So we have preprocessor rules. Let me go back real quick. So I'm going backwards here. We need to copy these rules over. So pre-proc rules, I think we already have those. I'm going to change those. I'm going to grab the rules here. I think I have that quote list and all that stuff in there. I'll copy these rules over here, copy them, go over to Smart again. Rules, I'm just going to paste them here. Because these guys right here are linking up with this. Any rules are here. Like for example, browser other rules. So that would run all those rules if you want to. So this right here is just rules of code that's looking for specific stuff. So let's say that you don't want to run it, then you just hashtag it out. So for example, if I didn't want to run this one right here, I would just do a hashtag right here and block it out. So I would do that. But like I said, if you're going to run it, we want to do that as well. So we probably want to run some of these, but comment the rest of them out. I'm not going to go through all of them because I'll be here for a while going through that. But I do have that in the document that Imad had mentioned that's on WatchMoPop. So I would do that. The next thing is I'm going to go back to this config file, and we want to go to step 8, which is on 659. These guys right here, decode and processor rules. So that right here is going to grab these rules here, pre-proc rules. So you see how we have preprocessor, decoder, and sensitive data. So one thing that we want to do here is we want to also change this around so it can point properly. And then we want to uncomment them as well, so we include them in our search. Like I said, this is just to get started. Open up local rules. And that's where we want to add some local rules. And let's see what's in there. So let me save this. All right. I see local rules. Yeah, okay. Locals right here. All right. So local rules is we need to add. Carrie, did you have this code down?
Which part?
This part right here.
For the rules?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Perfect. I didn't know if I ever went through it. So I need to put this in here. I'll do this part, and then we can go from there.
Actually, no, this one's not in there. Okay, I just checked.
Oh, perfect. But just, you can put anything. I'll do testing ICMP alert. Then do a SID. Then I think it's 5 zeros. 1 like that. And what I'm going to do here is if I didn't type anything wrong, copy this and paste it. And then do it again. And I'm just going to put P alert. Then we're going to have TCP alert. And then we're going to do 2s and 3s. So we're just going to change these guys around. 2, 3. And we're going to make it CDP. And we're going to make this TCP. Make sure I got that right. So any message alert, SID, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm gonna save this out, close it out, save it. Cool. All right, so that does that. All right, so that part. Let's make sure we see the one. Bear with me for a second. So let me go back over here. Clear my screen. I forgot to run this. Let's go to file mode. Not Linux. CD snort. Then I want to go into bin folder. All right, keep thinking I'm in Linux. All right, so I'm in the bin folder. I just want to run snort. Default version, see if that works. So at least I know snort is installed. This other part we want to run, if it doesn't work, I'll have to come back to it. Because I've already got a lot of time here. So one of the things that we wanted to do is I do have a check in there. Let's do this real quick, and this will tell us if we're wrong or right. If you do snort W, all right, so we're better than we were last time. this is right. And if you remember when I ran this last time in class, we had all nothing at the bottom. And the reason being is, expand this a little bit. Reason being is we didn't have an IP address in before. And this is what we wanted, something like this. So it shows that there's a device that is picking up, which is good. And this is what we wanted. So this is very positive for what we have. So you definitely want this. So it shows that there is a device that we're using, and that was the piece where we added up where I had us do the home network and we put the IP address. Before when we had any, it didn't pull anything up. So that was my bad. So this we definitely need. We still need to go back and see what rules we're going to run. But there are, if you go to that document that EMAD talked about, you could run a test. I'm going to see if I can run a test real quick. Just curious. I1-C space C : /snort/etc. Now what we want to do is use our configuration file and then -T. And you see that running test mode. So initialize the output plugins, the preprocessors, the plugins, parses the file, checks the ports that are defined there. So there's a bunch of different ports, so you can see what ports are configured. It goes to the shellcode ports. Talks about Oracle ports. So Oracle has to be something Oracle installed on this machine. SSH ports. 22 is the secure port. So if you're doing FTP or we're doing PuTTY, we have the FTP, which is 21, which is a non-secure port, and then they have 2 other ports that are non-secure as well. Anything that's 22 is always secured. Then they have SIP ports. So you see all this information. It just provides a lot of information, and this is great stuff. So if you could get this information, and you're doing, let's say not hacking. Let's say that you're doing research. You could discover, and this is one of the things that, like, do companies use Snort? No, they use, like for example, when we had David last week, some of the software that we're using is pre-installed software, expensive software, and so we use different software that detects stuff automatically. So like the product that David is doing right now, we're in the process of having our engineering team develop and make it automated service where it does a lot of stuff automatically versus some manual interventions. Anyways, so this right here has a split, has optimizations. It does show there's an error message here, so it cannot start dynamic model path. So that right there tells me that there's such files. So that means that we're missing one of our rules. Easily we could go back and get that. So this is a good test. So I'm not worried about that right now. I'm going to see if I can run other tests, which I think I could just do this. You hit the up on your arrow key. I'm going to do A in console. And as you see here, this is good because it did error out. It'll error quitting. So once again, it's looking for a dynamic rule that we don't have in place. So potentially we do have it in place, but let's just see real quick. Library Snort. Snort library. It's looking for Snort dynamic rules. All right, so we don't have that, so we have to get that dynamic rules added. So we can add that at a later time, no big deal. And that's it right there. So let me hit Control-C, that'll stop it. That shows us that right there, everything ran through, but a couple things that we have a couple rules that are missing that we just have to download and move over. I probably just didn't move them over. And then the other part is, so we have 2 rules missing. The other part is, I'm trying to think what the other part is. There's other rules that we have with the wrong slash, so we want to do a / if we want to use them or hashtag them out. So what I'm looking for you guys to do is watch this video up to this week. I would like for the homework that maybe you didn't or you did hand in, do a screenshot of this that you got this working. When I have time, I'll go out, and if you want to, go out there and find those rules. Piece of cake, I think. If not, I'll find them and I'll put them in there, and then I'll just make another video and show you how it's done. But I think this was a lot more. I think we got through a lot more today than we did before. Any questions?
I
Yes,
still
please.
have.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
I still have that invalid device number as
Invalid.
an issue. Yeah. It says invalid device number 1 when I try to run it.
Can you put it on Slack? I'll look at it from this computer real quick.
On Slack?
Yeah, can you screenshot it and throw it in our channel?
Yeah. I think I have Slack on my desktop. Ah, whoops. Hold on one sec. I accidentally used the snipping tool in the virtual machine. My bad. Okay, 1 second. Where is my launch? There it is. I just sent the file. Because I'm not sure if I might have messed something up in my conf.
Okay. Here, invalid device number 1. Invalid device number 2. All right, so let's see, home net. You got that? Okay. I see what the problem is. So on line 45 of your configuration file,
Yeah.
that is your IP address, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So after the 1, put
Yeah.
actually. Let me show you here. On mine. I am having a brain fart right now. Jesus. Oh my God. Apparently don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Jeez. Come on. Alright, so on, you see where I have the 4, you need to have the /24 here. That represents the port. And then everything else, from what I'm looking at your code, looks good.
So
Save it and see if it runs.
I did that and it did not.
Did not. All right. All right. So, can you do me a favor? Can you send me? Well, let's do this. Yeah. Can you just send me your snort configuration file? And for time sake, I'll look at it after class, go through it, and send it back to you.
Okay.
Or you know what? I'll do one better. Let me send you what I have, if I can. Let me figure out how I can send it. So you could just capture it, use it, and just change the thing around. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can send it. Come on. Let me see if I. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Might be able to just throw it out in our school thing. Sorry. It's crazy. When I used to teach at CCAC, they had the rooms blocked for what do you call it? Your phones were blocked. So I was like, I hope no one ever comes and shoots us because we have no way of reaching out to the outside. And so like when stuff like this happened, I had to sign in and stuff. I had to leave the room, go and sign in. It's really stunk. All right. Security or digital security data. So the folder called Snort. Oh. All right, so I have it out on Point Park under Snort. The config file is out there. So if anyone downloads it and uses it, it might save you a lot of time. Just make sure you have a different IP address, and you should be golden. Hopefully.
Is it in the module 5? Okay.
Yep, module 5.
Awesome.
Does someone else have a question while he's figuring it out?
My instance just crashed.
Nice.
I got lost a while ago, so I'm gonna have to just watch through this tomorrow.
Okay.
I didn't want to slow you down.
Yeah,
That's
same with me.
No problem. No worries. And I feel better because we actually got a lot through here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this session out for now for me.
What about Module 3 assignments, which is related directly to this, just what we are doing right now?
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, so this is related to.
Yeah, how to do the environment and make video. Right. I didn't do that because I'm still struggling with that. And as my colleague said, he has to watching this video again, and that's go with me too. So
hopefully this helps out. What I'll say is if the video doesn't help out, I mean, we still have a couple files that we have to add, but for the most part, everything is somewhat working. But yeah, it's for module, is it module 2 or 3?
it's Module 3, I think.
Yeah, because module 2 was Wireshark. Video presented. Snort is building configuration. Yeah, so this will be for module 3. So at least you have the environment set up when we get to that point. Yeah, okay, so that was module 3.
What about late assignment?
Yeah, obviously they're all late, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as you have
Thanks.
it in by week 15, I don't care. You'll need it in before that point because we'll do something with it, or you'll be lost. So I'd recommend sooner than later. All right. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to do with this one here, let me pull it up. I am going to stop this recording, and I'm going to start a new recording, but I'm going to separate these videos if that's okay with you guys, because I'm going to record from another computer, because I'm going to share something else. So this video will conclude setting up. So what we did is in this video, just a recap. We set up AWS that we did in Module 3. Thanks, Emad, for that. We went through and set up Wireshark. We downloaded a couple plugins. So we did WinCap. We downloaded Sublime as our editor. We downloaded 7-zip to unzip our files. And then in addition to that, we configure our configuration file. We didn't finish doing all the rules, and we ran our test. And the test executed, we were able to show that we had a device showing, which was beneficial. And the only thing is we have 2 rules that are missing. Well, hopefully you guys figure out for me. I'll go back and do it. And then nonetheless, I think that was very beneficial. And then I threw out the snort configuration file that is out on the Schoology under Module 5. I should have put it under Module 3. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but anyways, it's under 5 for now. I'll move it to 3 later, or good of it. So that'll conclude. Yeah, go ahead.
Now I can't connect back to my remote session.
Oh, your AWS session?
Yeah, it like kicked me out,
Okay.
and now it's just like looping, trying to configure.
Oh, beautiful. Welcome to IT. Well, if you have any other problems, set up an appointment. We could go through it.
I haven't even started doing this, and it's already giving me anxiety.
All right. Well, welcome to IT. I'm gonna stop this video, and then we'll start a new session here in a second. So this one could start recording.